One. And we are back on the music podcast. We have a very, very special guest with us today. Joining Tom Square, we have Rachaay Luu. We're going to find out all about her bits in a moment. But before then, we start every single show with over or underrated. So we're going to jump straight in. Rach, basically, you have your own opinion. You say it how it is. I'm going to list some artists, say if they're overrated, underrated, or maybe they're just rated fine. It's whatever you think.
Okay, cool.
Right, first up we have Bastille.
Under.
Underrated.
Underrated.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
okay, straight in. We have Niall Horn.
Well, the One Direction geezer.
Yeah.
Underrated.
Underrated.
Overrated.
Oh, Miley Cyrus.
Under.
Under.
Underrated.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of agreeing going on the pod today. Okay, Amy Winehouse.
Under.
Under, yeah, I think so too.
Westwell. Come on.
Rated just fine, I think.
Oh, and Chapel Roan.
Underrated.
Underrated.
I've no idea who they are.
So, Fripp, I'll cast your mind back. A few weeks ago when we were in the studio, I said, for a new artist, I'll put it in the chat for you to check out. And Westwell picked me up on Sunday to take me to his house. And he's listening to it and he's trying to claim that he's found Chapel Roan before she was big. I showed him
No,
about
no, no,
3
no,
months
no.
ago.
I'm not trying to claim that I found it before big time. Just you were acting like you discovered her, and I was like, nope.
Is this what you told? Is this what you wanted to tell me? What you got up to at the weekend?
No, this is what I want to tell you. So on Sunday, Rach, we're at Tom's house.
Mm-hmm.
He's got all his friends and family over for his girlfriend's birthday. It was lovely. Some good food. We sat down, and her family are really talented. So they get a guitar out and start singing. And Westwell's a very shy boy, Rach, and
Yeah.
he's had a few beers, and they're like, "Well, Tom, you have a go, and he's like, "No, I can't sing, I can't sing." And then he just grabs the guitar and he just starts playing, and I'm like, "Okay, cool, Tom's playing along, that's great." And then he starts singing, and I'm like, "I've never, ever, ever seen Tom Westwell sing in front of a crowd before." It was beautiful, Westwell.
Yeah, it was my debut performance.
What did you sing? Tell the crowd.
I sang a lovely little rendition of Candy by Paolo Mazzini.
You did.
Nice.
The start of their career. I'll let you know, Rachel. The start of this podcast, Westwell and Fripp, so they're going to bring out their own Christmas single.
Okay.
That had not been much progress made, Fripp, as of yet, is there?
No, well, I'm waiting for the music genius to get the ball rolling. To be honest, but
Westwell, does this mean you're doing lyrics now?
I think I'm gonna have to be on lyrics now. Now I found my new calling in life. I'm gonna,
Right.
I'd like to say, they turned to Josh first, and he went, no, 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 I can't play guitar.
that's the right answer to do.
And I was trying to give the same, like, no, go on, and I just ended up caving under the pressure.
Right, Rach, I want to introduce you to our lovely listeners. Where are you from, and how would you describe your music?
So I am from Worcestershire in the West Midlands, exactly like the source. My music is kind of a combination of bedroom pop to kind of the new current pop that's really come out with artists such like Chapel Roan, Sabrina Carpenter, things like that. Just like I think it's been described as like girly pop, which I'm down for. So
It's definitely a mix between some R&B and some pop in there, in my
yeah.
opinion, and it's absolutely fantastic. Obviously, Westwell found his calling this weekend with getting up and singing in front of people. What was it like the first time you sang in front of people?
Loved it. So I first sang, this is like before I was Rachaay Luu, this is just as Rachel. I used to do, it was like show choir, but this is at like primary school. So we were semi-forced into doing it. And they'd put me with the boys because I was really loud. And the boys weren't, and I loved it. It was great. Yeah, I just wanted to be loud. I think that was the main thing. I didn't even care about performing, just being loud. Yeah, no, but loved it from then. And I think doing stuff like that has just trained my brain to not be nervous anymore.
I think that's really important. Like getting out there and just almost being put in front of it and see if you enjoy it. I think, Westwell gave it a good go on Sunday, but Fripp, once he's had a few drinks, if you put a bit of U2 on, he has got a bit of a voice on him. I don't know if he needs some Dutch courage before he starts, though.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not going to even try and hide it.
If Rachel was doing a big show and she was like, Fripp, I need you to come and like open up for me, how much would she have to pay you to do your own set, Fripp?
Just sort me out a cheeky rider and then I'm all yours.
I was going to say, how many pints? That's the question.
I love that. Right, guys, I want to know from you guys that the theme this week is playlist names. So there's quite a thing going around on social media at the moment of like people naming different playlists, all sorts of things, like funny ones they've seen or they have. You guys, basically on your Spotify or your bits, what are some of the playlist names that you listen to that you've made yourself?
I reckon Fripp's got some terrible ones.
I'll tell you what, I'll have a look.
Have you any family friendly ones you can share for it?
Like, why would I even call my playlist that? I don't even know how to find it.
Right, I'm gonna have a look through mine as well. To be fair, I've got a karaoke playlist, guys. So if someone's like, right, you got to do karaoke, I've got some go-to songs on there.
Mm-hmm.
What else have I got?
I just call mine TF10.
That, and you have just one playlist.
Oh no, I've got a playlist called Old, and a playlist called ADB, which I must just have donated random. I'm not very organised like that, am I?
I
So
feel like Westside have a lot of organisation. Any good ones on yours?
I don't have any good titles. I'm very like OCD with like having the right vibe, but there'll be like guitar music or like just country music. So not very original on the titles, but yeah, I'm quite
I can imagine you also having personalised images for them, or do you just have like the generic ones?
yeah, I've got personalised images. They're all little clips from The Simpsons.
What? Rach, have you got any interesting ones on yours?
Mine are more, I say organised, but it's not organised because I just categorise them into two. I have winter 2024, summer 2024, and then I've just got years of summer, winter, summer, winter.
That'd
And
be
that's
quite good
about
to
it,
like
really.
look back on though, because you can like, you hear a song, you're like, oh, that takes me back to that summer or that holiday or something. I quite like
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
Cool. Right, we have some fan questions come in, guys.
yeah,
They wanted to ask the guys to see where they're going. Rachel, we'll put some in for you as well. We've got a question here, and this is from a fan called Tom, funny enough, to the Toms, and they've put, if you found an unheard Oasis album gifted to you that no one's ever heard of, what would you do with it?
put it in the bin. No, I actually quite like Oasis, but they're just too busy for my liking.
I think I love Oasis, but I feel like you could definitely make some money off that, couldn't you?
Yeah,
Sure.
but-
Could you not just release it as your own music?
Yeah, is that what your tactic, Westwell?
Have they wanted live shows as well?
Oh, I'm not touring. No tours.
So you're going to pass it off on your own. Rachel, what would you do?
I'd have to go smart. I'd sell
Mm.
always.
Probably listen to it would be a good one as well.
Absolutely. This is an amazing question. This has been put in from Anna, and Anna's said, guys, can you ask everyone on the pod what's your favourite song from an artist you hate?
Probably most recently would be Peace, Peace, Peace by Sabrina Carpenter.
You don't like Sabrina. Fripp, I've seen you watch her on YouTube 10, 15 times in a row.
Relax, okay? But, I don't like her, but I like her music. I can't lie. I don't like the fact I like it.
I'm going to be controversial here a little bit. I really don't like Michael Jackson, and I think it would have to be like one of his songs, like Beat It or something.
Why don't you like Michael Jackson?
Oh, I hate him. I really dislike him.
I know why you don't like him. Why don't you just tell all the viewers?
Well, I don't like the allegations, and I think they're true. Would probably be the honest answer.
Mine's probably similar, like with Queen, but I don't mind a little bit of Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh wow, that's really out there. Rach, what are you thinking?
I don't necessarily hate them. They're not my thing. But with Beyonce, when Texas came out, it was like, the Sabrina Carpenter one that's just gone round. In my head, like on a loop was the Saint Texas, like for about a month. Um, but yeah, it's like I don't dislike her, just not
Not for you.
overrated. No.
Not for you. Yeah, no, that's
Something
completely fair. We've definitely thrown some curveballs in there with that one, so 100%. Right, we've got next one. This is from James, and James says, "Hi guys, really love the podcast. Can you ask the boys what's the most ridiculous thing they've seen mid-gig?"
Just piss gets thrown everywhere, don't it? All the time.
Yeah,
Um,
don't know what gigs you're going to, but
well, it might not be a gig, it might just be an orgy, but no, probably who were we watching, Robbo, when you clouted me? Or when I clouted you?
God, we got to bring that up.
Liberty.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's probably the weirdest thing. Seeing you fucking crawling around on the floor.
absolutely battered me in the mosh pit. Westfall, anything?
Although when you found your phone actually at the Claxons,
Yeah, I can't even
that was
remember that.
great.
You remember that? So I lost it, didn't find it for ages, and just found it on the
Got
floor.
out your pocket. It was an old Sony Ericsson or something. So you and then about 10 minutes later, we just obviously moved with the crowd, and then you find it, and you were so happy with
Just
your
celebrating. The Sony Ericsson, all of my Bluetooth music on it. Westwell, Rach, anything that's happened ridiculous mid-gig that you've seen?
I've seen people like fight mid-gig. It was like a festival one. It was like a family festival as well, which was really weird. But I think it was like a Sunday. A lot of drink was consumed, and they weren't near where I was performing, but it was like off in the distance. And when people start pushing and then they do the head thing, like touch their heads, yeah. So that was really distracting. Entertaining though, really good.
Spectator sport mid-gig.
Yeah.
You know what I hate at a gig is like PDA. It's like, mate, go and sit out the back if you're going to do that.
I feel like Westall had a point where like you move further back the older you get. Like back in the day, we'd be right at the front row.
Oh yeah, you'd be pushing to get right to the very front. Like when you first started going, I hate that now. I'd much rather be at the back.
Hey, we're
Westall's
afraid of head.
Westall's by the bar.
Yeah, it's the best place to be, isn't it?
Westall, anything ridiculous you've seen mid show?
I don't think there is. I just think I can just like remember like first year I think I went to Reading. I can't remember what year that would have been, but because Sabian were playing, and I just remember just like massive mosh, and then just next thing I know I'm just face down on the floor, and I just like, oh, this is where I die. This is just loads of people landing on top of me.
Making peace. This is it. I'm done.
Yeah, I resigned my fate. Then I was done for.
And our last question I'm going to ask the team. This is quite bold. I wouldn't know how to answer this myself, but they've asked, what music and history should people stop romanticizing? I can't even say it.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I'm guessing it means music period. So like 20s, 30s. I don't know.
This one?
Oh, maybe like the 60s. Maybe a bit overrated, isn't it?
I don't understand the question. Just explain the question to me.
So like what music, let's go for a decade for it, you think's a bit overrated. People shouldn't stop like romanticize about. Because you love 80s. So if I said to you, oh, 80s is too much, Frit would kick off. I know that's your go-to. So what's the one that you think's overrated?
I'd probably agree with Westfield, 60s probably.
That's like the Beatles. That's such an iconic one.
Right then, the 20s.
The Roaring Twenties. Can you name some songs from the Roaring Twenties?
I don't know. Frank Sinatra.
You love Frank Sinatra as well. What decade?
That ain't the 20s though, is it?
It's a difficult question, Rach. Is there anything that springs to mind?
It is a difficult question. I think. Oh, I don't know, because like the 2000s, there are some good songs, but there's also some really, really bad songs. Probably, yeah, I'd go 2000s, I reckon, like straight to 2010.
I might put 70s in there, I don't know. I can't think of any 70s that I really, really love.
Yeah, but if you actually listen
Sure
to
there
it,
is if I researched it, but there we go. We'll move on. Fripp, it is your segment. It is the news segment. What's been going on in the music world?
loads, mate. Since looking at the news 10 minutes ago. Kylie Minogue is doing a tour. She's releasing an album. I would go to that, to be fair. I would.
And he'd be right at the front.
She's releasing an album on October 18th. So that's good. Put that in your calendars. So a big thing we've already talked about on this podcast is ticket prices. So Oasis, when they last played Wembley, a standing ticket cost £44 in 2009. And now obviously it costs 150. And if that ticket was adjusted for inflation, proper insightful news, that would be £68. So why the increase? I hear you asking. Basically, they just said that it's basically greed. But obviously, a lot of other things have increased over that time as well. But Bruce Springsteen said he's got to price it at that because everyone else is like, why can't I make money when everybody else is hiking it up? So yeah, that's going on. Oh yeah, and Liam Gallagher played the fight on Saturday, didn't he? What did everyone think about his performance, eh?
I've not seen it.
Oh, I didn't see it, to be honest.
Hang on a minute. Sorry. Just talk me through your weekend again and you didn't watch the boxing.
I didn't watch the boxing. No.
I'll tell you, Fred, I'll tell you what Westwell did. He went to One Eye Dog. He's got a real problem at the moment. Every time his feet move in front of each other, he goes to dog. And then he made bread. He made bread.
You might as well just.
It's a real crazy lifestyle with like two different dynamics going on. I'm either in dog or I'm just at home like making a loaf of bread. That's like two opposite ends of the spectrum of like where I am in life.
What kind of bread was it?
Oh, just a loaf of white bread.
You got a bread maker?
No, I made it with my hands. I made some pizza doughs earlier in the day and I had some leftover flour, so I thought I might as well just throw together a loaf of bread as well.
Anyone else really bored?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
The thing is with the music tickets though is artists, that's the best way for them to make money now because of streaming sites.
Yeah, that they did say they can make like as little as 5% of streaming sites, which is a joke.
100%. Westwell, do you have a quiz for us this week?
I don't have a quiz, to be honest with you.
Right.
I thought I'd change it up a little bit. A couple of weeks ago, we did the like blind ranking, and I quite enjoyed that. So I thought we'd bring that back.
Okay, cool. Is it one each? Is it a group effort? What will we say?
I don't really care, to be honest. You can do it whichever way you want.
Can I win the game or not?
No, you can't win.
Oh.
So there's 6 artists.
I say we let Rach blind rank them, and then me and Fripp will either agree or disagree, and we'll put our points forward.
Yeah, okay, let's go for that then. Yeah, this format works.
Okay.
All right, so there's 6 artists.
Okay.
First one is Lily Allen.
Oh, I really like Lily Allen. 3.
Oh, I know this game.
I think that's a strong start, Rach. I'll agree with 3. Are you happy with 3 for it?
Oh yeah, I haven't had the others.
Well, that's the point.
That's
That's
the
the
point.
game.
Blind ranking.
I thought we were judging her ranking.
Yeah, okay, yeah, but where would you put her at this point?
Yeah, 3 then.
Sabrina Carpenter.
Yeah, you're not going to agree, to be honest. 2. I really like her at the moment.
Lily, she is. I love her. I think she's amazing, but I don't think I'd put her above Lily.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is going to stress me out.
There's no right or wrong, is there?
We're going 5.
Amy Winehouse.
Oh, she'd be so right for me. But Rach,
I'm gonna go
you can't have 1, 2, 3 booked to the start because there might be an
four. No, I'm doing 4. I love Amy, but yeah, 4. I just watched the Netflix show actually.
It's good enough.
Maybe like 4. Yeah, Fall Back in Love with Her. It's great.
I'll go.
Chappell Roan.
You know who that is, mate.
1. Sorry, it's 1. Yeah, no, 1 for me.
Fred,
Okay.
have you not got on this hype yet? Because that's not like she's not as you would love.
Yeah, maybe, but I don't know. So she's going 6 for me.
Oh, it's you all over for it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, you will know. She won't go away.
Fred,
In any
Westwell, can you give a rendition of Pink Pony Club for Fripp? See if he recognises it.
No, I only do performances when I've had a few beers. I'm afraid.
My kind of artist.
Lana Del Rey.
I'm not actually. I don't really know any of her songs. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I know. I'm probably 6. Yeah, I don't. I appreciate her, but I just.
And the last one's Taylor Swift.
Oh, I regret. Yeah, sorry, I regret that, guys. Got to go 5. I would have been 6, but
Number 1. No, never in doubt.
The final list is Chappell Roan, Sabrina Carpenter, Lily Allen, Amy Winehouse, Taylor Swift, and then Lana Del Rey in that order of.
Shambolic.
That's a tough list to go through. It's so hard though because you never know what's going to come next, so you're always kind of.
Yeah, it kind of is the point of it, to be honest.
It is the point. It is the point. Absolutely. Okay, I'm going to do my marketing madness of the week, an artist that I really like in their marketing. This week I want to go through Griff. So Griff's an artist who I love for a couple of reasons, and I think why her marketing is so good. The first is her storytelling. I think it's amazing. She's really authentic. She really brings a lot of fashion in. I really like artists like Serge and Kasabian who have different avenues, and I think fashion's a massive thing for her. But collaborations, she always seems to collaborate with really up-and-coming artists, which helps her stuff and others. Is Griff like a name, Rach, that you know of? Is it someone that you like?
yeah, I love Griff. I think you're spot on. She really incorporates kind of art and fashion into literally everything she does, even from just the smallest kind of promotional pieces. I think she's done that really well.
100%. And I think it's nice for artists to share their interests, share what they like, because it relates to people in a different way.
Isn't Griff the one with the when she like got nominated for like a Brit or something like that, and she's telling her mum, and her mum just didn't care? Is that Griff?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I love that, and those little stories thing really make it. And she's got a really strong brand, so that's one I wanted to put forward. So we're going to move on to the music review. So Rach, we review 3 songs every single week. Now we've moved over to Zoom, I can't play it out loud, so I've made sure that this week, unlike last week, all of these songs are on Spotify. So I'm going to let Tom Squared and Rach go and listen to the first artist. I've put it in the chat, and I'm going to talk you through the people at home what this is all about. So the artist name is Unknown Music with their song Close My Eyes. And basically this song is about struggle, it's about inner turmoil, and where the narrator attempts to escape their painful reality by closing their eyes, and they express feelings of confusion, dishonesty, and it's kind of learning the lessons from that. What I love about this part of the pod is we get to see that song description, and I think for me, if I know the understanding before the song, it really makes me listen on a deeper level. But everyone that listens to this at home will have their own kind of unique way of what they feel from it. And I think that's important. But the narrator reflects on their lifetime of feeling low, acknowledging the challenges and moving past their history, but still feel a little bit trapped in that. And it's that kind of desire and that despair to go through. And ultimately these lyrics kind of point in a struggle for authenticity. I think it's amazing when an artist, it's a very personal thing putting music out there and what they're going through and what they're doing, and to be so brave and kind of telling people what it's about and putting out there is really key. And it comes back to Griff really in storytelling, telling people behind the song what it's about and how it is. I'm going to check in. I'm hoping the guys have had a chance to listen to it. Tom Squared, what were we thinking?
I really like that because it just sounded like he didn't care.
And you like that?
I liked it because he's just like I could just imagine him sitting in his room, just going, you know what, I'm going to make a song and just saying how he feels. Really pure.
Pure. Westwell, what do you think?
Yeah, it's very very pure, very raw vocals, I think. Yeah, it sounded good. It sounded very like grungy, and yeah.
Is there
Definitely.
anyone that you think you can kind of relate it to and you'd be like, yeah, that sounds similar to this artist?
I don't
Oh,
know, but it's definitely got more like I don't know, like probably like a '90s grunge, but not in the sort of the same way. I don't know. It's different.
So there's not an artist you think, right, okay, that sounds like this, that you think it has its real USP in there?
No, but I can definitely imagine them. Yeah, like solo performances, and I think like Fripp said, like just in their room and stuff like that. I think like an intimate shows and stuff like that. That'd be really good.
For sure. Rach, have you had a chance to listen to it?
I can't get my Spotify working. I'm so sorry.
It's all good. We'll let Tom Square do their reviews. The next song, guys, I've put it in the chat for the guys to take a listen to while I explain. So this is Anastasia, and the song is called "You Saw the Last of Me Tonight." In the song description, it's a pop song with some disco's 90s elements and tells a tale of empowerment and breaking free from toxic ties. So, whether they're a friend, a family member, the song was kind of co written with a woman's touch. Who was a friend of hers, who's also an artist and a songwriter, and was inspired by past and one sided relationships. It's a perfect song to play while getting ready for a night out, especially after a breakout. And when she performs it live, people love screaming the hook of the song back. Rach, as an artist, how often are you thinking about when people will listen to your music? Like, are you thinking, oh, this is great for when they're driving home? Or is there ever something you think about?
I don't really think about it situationally, to be honest. I probably should. I just kind of imagine how they would discover it and how they would kind of keep that then in their playlist, or if they're singing, especially kind of the emotional ones, like what they need it for necessarily, rather than the situation that they're in.
There's definitely like 100%. There's a lot of artists like yourself who will maybe think of a situation but not know where that would listen to. But I know there's definitely artists out there that will go, right, I'm making this album for when people are doing a late night drive or when they're getting ready, and they really try and tie that in. So, no, it's interesting to hear. Thomas Squared, what do we think?
I really appreciated the amount of lyrics in it, actually. Because when someone makes a dance track, they kind of like lose track of like trying to just get people up and maybe focusing on the lyrics too much. I really appreciate it.
100%. I think that's so. It's important, isn't it? And then you like that simplicity, I think, and when it comes to songs, and just don't overcomplicate it.
Keep it simple, stupid.
Westwell?
Yeah, no, I really like that. I thought the intro, like, I like the very start of it, the like instrumentation. It reminded me a bit of like Melanie Martinez, I guess. I don't know if anyone's familiar.
Yeah.
He's so good
Yeah.
at this, where Westwell will like put names in from like he has this persona, Rach, on the pod where fans think like Tom's a music guru and he knows the best upcoming thing. So he finds these little artists to show me and prep up a little bit.
It's weird, if anything.
He does a good job. He does a good job. Right, the last artist we're going to review and take a listen to. We'll get the boys and get their thoughts on it. This is from an artist called Eid. The song name is Sally the Monster Slayer. And it's all an experimental art pop track about queer love. And she wrote it at the peak of her most significant relationship. Rach, in terms of from an artist's point of view, standing out, USP, talking about things that other people aren't talking about, for you, is it something where you can write on different topics, or is it something you have to feel personally when writing a song?
I think you have to feel it. Like there's songs I've written before which I've kind of portrayed a message in, love songs, things like that, where I haven't felt it and it's just the authenticity isn't there. And I think it's easily translated to kind of an audience perspective more than you might think. The ones that I've written that I've either experienced or how I felt, that it comes across just so much more genuine, and I think people just relate to that a lot more.
100%. And I think that's an amazing point to kind of understand and kind of layer there. In any of your songs, have you been commenting on a social scenario or someone else's thoughts, or has it always been from your perspective?
Always from my perspective. It sounds pretty selfish, but I think it's where I know the best kind of experiences, and it's like I think I showed you one of the songs that I did when I came down to Portsmouth about drinking, and it's coming out soon, and it was a hard one for me to kind of want to release because it can be a touchy subject, a subject that people don't really want to broach very often or even kind of acknowledge. But yeah, it's kind of from my perspective and how I view that.
And I remember speaking to you about it in the interview and kind of saying like, there's a part in your life, maybe in your mid-20s, where you get to that crossroad, and I feel like I definitely related to it at the time, and listening to it, so I'm excited for that to come out. Tom Squared, what do we think? The last song review.
Like, it should be in Broadway or something.
That's what I was thinking. It sounded like very like musical.
Yeah. The vocal range on it was mad.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Well, guys, that has been the Music Podcast. Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. We're cracking through the episodes. Thank you to Rachel for joining us. Please do go check her out on Instagram, Rachaay Luu Music, on Spotify. Get all of her links in the bio. Rach, it's an absolute pleasure having you on. And boys, what do we say?
Thank you very much for listening. Goodbye, everybody.
Thank you for having me, guys.